Dollar resilient, Euro Wallows at two-decade low on financial system woes. Singapore. The dollar held company on Tuesday on safe haven flows, at the same time as the euro languished around a two-decade low as Europe confronts power supply and broader economic increase issues. The euro touched its lowest in view that late 2002 of $0.9926 overnight and changed into final barely better at $0.9941. Russia will halt herbal gas resources to Europe via the Nord Stream 1 pipeline for 3 days on the cease of the month, the brand new reminder of the precarious kingdom of the continent's strength supply. Heatwaves within the continent have already placed a pressure on strength resources, and worries are growing that any disruption throughout the iciness months might be devastating for business interest. Given the modern-day temper, there is glaringly issues as to whether that is going to be 3 days or whether or not it's going to be 3 years, said Ray Attrell, head of FX approach at National Australia Bank (OTC), NABZY, NAB. Is it really just going to be a 3-day renovation, or is this simply some other example of weaponization of gas delivery into Europe? The pound changed into additionally dragged to a brand new 2.5-year low overnight, and hobbled close to that degree at $1.17715 in Asia exchange. The Japanese yen steadied at 137.265 in keeping with greenback after touching a one-month low of 137.705. Conversely, the Australian and New Zealand greenbacks have been quite steady, which NAB's Attrell attributed to the marketplace's interest being interested in the weakness of Europe's outlook. Chief on investors' minds for Tuesday may be flash production PMI readings out within the euro sector and Britain later in the day, in order to offer in addition clarity on the boom trajectory for the respective economies. Investors are also waiting on minutes of the European Central Bank's (ECB) remaining coverage assembly on Thursday that are possibly to sound hawkish even as the continent faces a downturn in increase. The Aussie turned into up 0.28% at $0.6898, while the Kiwi additionally gained 0.28% to $0.6190 AUD. Elsewhere in Asia, the dollar traded at 6.8652 in opposition to the offshore yuan, no longer a long way from almost two-year high of 6.8752 hit on Monday. Against a basket of currencies, wherein the euro is the maximum heavily weighted, the US dollar index stood company at 108.9, attempting to breach a two-decade excessive of 109.29 hit in July. Another reason buyers have sought shelter in bucks is the developing danger of a hawkish message from the Federal Reserve's Jackson Hole Symposium, flagged by using several officers' final week. Bonds sold off, led by using the front end, stated analysts at ANZ. That's in all likelihood in anticipation that Chair Jerome Powell's speech on Friday is likely to reiterate hawkish messaging. Yields at the benchmark 10-year Treasury note have risen approximately 4 foundation points for the week and ultimate stood at 3.0165%. Yields on the 2-year Treasury, be aware, were up round 5 bits per second at 3.3102% as buyers remained on inflation and FedWatch mode.